One of the funniest reaction memes, taking over music Twitter and TikTok right now, is literally just a screenshot of Meg Griffin riding a horrifying noise machine straight out of a fever dream. And somehow, it perfectly summarizes what the internet thinks bad experimental music sounds like. The meme known as Meg riding noise machine or Meg riding noise bike has become the internet's go-to reaction image whenever a song sounds chaotic, overly loud, painfully experimental, or just completely incomprehensible to normal listeners. And honestly, once you see the image, the joke immediately makes sense. The meme comes from Family Guy, specifically an episode from 2013 called A Fistful of Meg. In the scene, Stewie imagines Meg Griffin riding this bizarre Dr. Seuss-looking contraption loaded with horns, whistles, drums, pipes, and random instruments sticking out in every direction. The machine looks less like transportation and more like an industrial accident powered by jazz. For years, the scene mostly existed as a weird forgotten Family Guy visual gag. But sometime in the mid-2020s, the internet rediscovered it and gave it a completely new meaning. People started posting the image whenever they heard music that sounded aggressively noisy or experimental. Instead of simply saying a song was hard to listen to, users would post Meg on the sound machine as if she personally created the audio. Basically, the bike became a visual representation of musical chaos. One of the biggest connections tied to the meme is Bjork, especially her song Pluto. Now, Bjork fans absolutely adore the track, but for casual listeners, it sounds like a futuristic factory exploding inside a techno nightclub. So whenever Pluto appears in TikToks or reaction videos, the Meg noise machine image inevitably shows up in the comments, and the comments themselves are half the meme. You'll see people writing things like, Bjork fans will look you dead in the eyes and say this is real music, followed immediately by Meg barreling through on her giant instrument death bike. But the meme did stay limited to avant-garde music. Soon people started using it for bad instrumentals, chaotic remixes, weird TikTok audios, overproduced pop songs, or literally anything containing too many sounds at once. Beyoncé instrumentals, experimental hyperpop, distorted SoundCloud edits. If a song sounded like every instrument was fighting for survival simultaneously, Meg was coming. One viral tweet simply captioned the image. Clang, 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 clang went the trolley. And honestly, that single sentence perfectly explains the meme's energy. What makes the format so effective is that the image itself already looks loud. Even without hearing anything, you can practically imagine the horrible symphony of horns, cymbals, whistles, and random metallic noises coming from the machine. The visual alone communicates pure auditory overload. The meme also fits perfectly with modern internet music culture, where people constantly debate whether experimental music is genius art or complete nonsense. Meg riding noise machine became the universal reaction for songs that cross that line into I respect the creativity, but what am I actually listening to? And naturally, because it's the internet, the meme evolved beyond music entirely. People started using the image to represent broken cars, chaotic group chats, malfunctioning appliances, or literally any situation involving overwhelming noise and confusion. One meme even used it to joke about buying a suspiciously cheap Facebook Marketplace car that sounded like every mechanical failure at once. At this point, Meg Griffin's bizarre machine has basically become the internet mascot for sensory overload. Chaotic, loud, ugly, weirdly iconic, and somehow still hilarious every single time it appears, which honestly makes it one of the most perfect reaction memes the internet has created in years.